Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So lately I've had something on my mind that I felt the need to share, and that is reasons why I do not want to have a kid. Every time I tell people that, they usually tell me that I'm gonna change my mind when I get older, and then they go on to give an example about how they used to say that, or they had a friend who said it and their friend eventually changed their mind. And I'm like, well, I'm not your friend, and I'm not you, and I'm not your friend's friend, and I'm not whoever else changed their mind about having kids. So I have a couple of reasons, and I felt like I should share them. Maybe there's other women out there going through this, or men too. You know, maybe you have relatives pressuring you and your significant other to have kids because you're married, or you've been together for X amount of time, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you can relate. Kids are an investment, a very expensive one. And the cost of living these days is really high. I'm more worried about taking care of myself and providing for myself. I don't have time to worry about providing for another life form. And not to, downgrade the significance of a baby or a child. They're not just an they are an investment, actually. A financial one, an emotional one. Yeah, okay, so sure, they are an investment, but I don't mean that they're an investment in a bad way, but they are an investment. Like, you have to invest time and love and money into children, and I just don't want to, I would rather not. To be fair, even if I had a high-paying career and I was, financially successful, I don't think I would want kids still, because I just have so many other reasons why I don't want them. Money is just one, of the minor reasons. Another reason is just that I'm not comfortable with the idea of my body transforming so drastically. And I know it doesn't always happen, but I don't feel comfortable with that, because I've spent so many years in this body that I have, and I've come to love and appreciate it. I wouldn't be ready to just say goodbye to what I had, because in those 9 months, it does change. You get bigger, your breasts get bigger. Sometimes you get, crazy stretch marks, and there's a bunch of other complications that can arise with pregnancy. You can get diabetes, it doesn't always last after the pregnancy. It's usually just gestational, but still you can get diabetes. You can lose hair that will also probably grow back, but still. And I really hope I'm not offending anybody by saying any of this, because that's really not my intention. This is completely for me and my own reasons, and I know that stretch marks are not, some terrible thing. We all have them. I have some on my body currently, but I don't think I want them, on my stomach, and I don't know. And I'm not really, you get loose skin when you give birth or when you are pregnant, and I don't know if I'm comfortable with that on myself. But, if I got pregnant, then, well, what are you gonna do? I'll go through with it, but, I'd really prefer not to. Not to mention, you run so many risks being pregnant. It could really take a toll on a woman's body. She might not make it out, the baby might not make it out. It's just, it's so stressful. And then you have to worry about what comes after, because the pain of birth is scary, because I'm just kind of scared of, I'm very scared of pain. But it's just everything that comes after also, because you have to, once it's out, it's out. And then you have to spend the rest of your life taking care of it. And I'm not the best with commitments, I've been in a long-term relationship, so I guess I'm not the worst at it. But a lifetime, well, I'd get married, and that's a lifetime commitment. But no, I don't want a kid. That really is a lifetime commitment that I don't want to deal with. Because, I know myself, and I'm sure I'd worry sick all the time, like my mother did with us. I'm a very neurotic person, and I don't need another thing to just make me worry all the time. Oh my gosh. No, I'm stressed even thinking about the possibility. But I think really my biggest reason to not have kids is just because of the state of the world. Things are so chaotic right now. It's just a messy planet we live in. People are not taking care of the beautiful earth that we live in, and that stresses me out so much. Like, I want my kids to see I want my potential kids to be able to witness like the beauty that the planet has to offer, but they won't with the way things are going. Like, by 2050, there's gonna be more plastic than fish in the ocean by weight. Like, do you know how much plastic that is? By weight. That's by weight. Do you know how much blue whales weigh? A lot. I don't even know the number. I know they weigh a lot though, because they're blue whales. So to think that there's gonna be more plastic than the animals in the ocean, no. Okay, no. No, and the quality of life will probably just continue to decrease. Okay, the air pollution is most likely just gonna get worse. The global warming is, like, I can't even imagine. My kid is gonna grow up in a less than ideal world. And I know that's not the worst thing in the world, because I guess grew up in a less than ideal world, but it wasn't as bad as it's going to be. And I love my not kids that I have. And I would love my kid, and I would want him or her to see and experience all of it. And I don't want one. Like, I don't find kids to be endearing. They get on my nerves. Seriously, they do. Especially if they're misbehaved. Ugh. But even when they're just present, I'm like, oh my goodness. Which is really mean. I guess that makes me seem like I'm a terrible person. But I'm not. It's just, they're always touching things that they shouldn't be touching. Meddling in business that's not their business. Or just getting in the way. Oh my goodness, no. And I know I was annoying as a kid, so I guess maybe it's hypocritical of me to find them annoying. I don't know. But I was really annoying as a kid. And I was annoying on purpose, which is the worst part. And maybe that's why kids are annoying. Maybe they're doing it on purpose because they find some kind of enjoyment out of it. Yeah, I used to think it was funny. And I guess maybe I wanted attention. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna analyze myself right now. Ooh, quick side note. So this past week I've been so accident prone, which I normally am. I'm kind of clumsy. Well, I guess kind of would be an understatement. I'm very clumsy. But on Sunday, I ran into this bar because I wasn't really paying attention, honestly. But I ran into this bar right here, boom. And I hit it so hard that the sound it made echoed. And it was like 4 something in the morning. I was walking to work. And it made like a ding sound. And it was really, really embarrassing. So that's what like this is right here. Yeah. And this right here, I smashed my finger in a ladder and it hurt so bad, and I thought I could just grow the bruise out, but someone told me that I have to like stab my nail to drain the blood out, and I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to see if it grows out, because that sounds really gross. And I also jammed my pinky because, okay, you know them assist bars that are sometimes in like handicap stalls and bathrooms? We have those in the bathrooms where I work. So I usually like perch my phone on them while I use the bathroom. And this particular day, I thought to myself, like, man, what if my phone slips and falls into the toilet? But I brushed the thought aside, and as I was washing my hands, I heard it slip. So I mean, by the time I did this, it already hit the ground. But I dolphin dived from like the sink to the toilet to catch my phone that was already on the ground. And so my finger, I like rammed it into the toilet lid. And so yes, it's jammed and it's bruised, kind of swollen. Can't really bend it as well as this hand. Ooh. So it's not broken though, so I'm sure it'll heal. But yeah, I should probably be more careful. And okay, back to what I was saying though. I know people who have kids just for the wrong reasons. One of the silliest reasons is to leave behind a legacy, which is seriously one of the silliest reasons I've ever heard of to have a kid. If you want to leave a legacy, then leave one. Start an organization or something, you know? I don't know. But having a kid to leave a legacy is so ridiculous, because what if they don't have kids? Legacy over already. What if they turn out to be terrible people? Is that the legacy you wanted to leave behind? Like, don't put the burden of your legacy on their shoulders, okay? Just, if you want to leave a legacy, do it yourself, all right? And I guess some of my reasons are pretty selfish, but at least I can admit that, you know, that I would rather spend money to take care of myself or like my significant other than to take care of a kid. It's true. Like, I would rather just take care of me, because it's a stressful life and I'm trying to make it into a good one. So, and I don't feel bad about that. I really don't. So I wish people would stop telling me that my mind is going to change, because I really doubt that it will. And if it does, then it does, but I really doubt that it will. It's not some lightweight decision, you know. That's a whole life form, a being that I will have to carry and push out when the time comes. And it's a very emotionally draining process. So, and the rewards, I'm not saying the rewards aren't great, you know. Like, I think, you know, the miracle of life is beautiful. I saw when my dog was born and it was gorgeous. I cried. And I was also there when my best friend gave birth to her first daughter, and that was kind of gross, but you know, the idea of it was so beautiful. And there's that. And you know, loving, and yeah, I hear that, you know, people say that you don't love anything more than your kid, and I think that's lovely. And for the people who have experienced that, good for you. I'm happy for you. But I'm good. Like, I don't really want to discover what that feels like. I'm good. And yeah, I mean, I have like fears too about that kind of stuff. Like I said, my body changing, that's a fear. The physical labor, that's a fear. You know, the unpredictability of it, that's a fear. I don't know. I kind of just spit. I don't know if you saw that on the video. I hope not. And I also consider the waste to the planet. Seriously, I do. Like, everything I pretty much do, I consider the planet. And diapers, I don't think most of them are not biodegradable. So, and I know reusable ones do exist, so at least there's that. But still, kids are really, they're wasteful. Having them is you generate a lot of waste, because there aren't many, well, maybe there are and I just haven't looked into it. But to my current knowledge, there aren't many, you know, products that are like environmentally friendly when you have a kid. I don't know. You have to buy bottles for them and cribs and all that. No, thank you, sir. Or ma'am. And maybe when I'm old, I'll regret not having kids. I don't know. But probably not. If we even all live that long. Because with the way the world is going, it's really anybody's guess, okay? And in case things do turn to poop, at least I won't have to worry about my kid's safety, because I don't have one. And I won't, I think. So, I guess I really get annoyed, because I feel like some people think that because I'm a woman, like, it's an obligation, or because I'm a woman, my mind will for sure change. I don't need to prove anything. I don't need to prove my, like, womanhood by having a child when I'm this age or whatever. Like, I'm not less of a woman because I don't want to have kids. And neither are any of you if you don't want kids, or if you can't have them. That doesn't make you less of a woman. Who cares what people say, right? I don't know. Is having kids one of those, like, high risk, high reward kind of things? What is the thrill? Is it because you find something that you love so much? Like, I don't know. I don't see what the appeal is. Well, I mean, I see it, like, I guess, because they're cute, and that's a part of you, and you got to see it when it's little, and oh, oh, it's so cute. Which, you know, is tempting. Because I would like to know how baby me would look. Because I'm sure he or she would be adorable. But, you know, I'm not, like, I'll just do one of those baby generating things where you just smash two people's photos together. And whatever, that's good enough. I'll use my imagination to fill in the rest of it. But yeah, no, I'm not going to let curiosity be the reason that I want a kid. Or the need to pass down a legacy. Like, that's not a valid reason to have a kid, in my opinion. I don't know. No offense to anybody. I'm not trying to, you know, no shots are being fired here. I'm just sharing my own thoughts. Also, don't get me wrong, okay? I know that pregnancy doesn't just, like, destroy, like, a woman's body. Well, okay, some women, maybe it destroys their body. But I know your body, like, repairs itself. It just isn't the same. And you spend, you know, 20 or 30 years in one body, it's hard to let it go, okay? Like, it's true. And I'm not saying, like, my body would look disgusting after birth, because I'm not saying that, you know. You can have stretch marks and saggy skin and you still be sexy and feel sexy. But I just, you know, I'm not big on changes, okay? And I'm not ready for that kind of huge change. And I know that, and I can be honest with myself about that. So, maybe someday I'll be cool with it, but not today. And probably not in the next 10 years. I probably still won't be okay with it. And yeah, guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna get back to watching Jane the Virgin now. And you take care.